Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be giving tips and tricks on how to get good at Bed Wars PvP. This tutorial will mainly be guided towards 1.8 PvP, but you could possibly use it in 1.16 if you want, that is. Although I would recommend playing at 1.18, 1.8.9 in like Skywars and Bed Wars and anything with high pixel. This will consist of 4 basic parts. You got clicking, you got movement, you got aim, and how to use your blocks correctly. Without further ado, let's get right into the video, I guess. First thing I want to talk about is clicking. Now, clicking, well, you know what clicking is when you click your mouse. There's 3 main types of clicking. You got normal clicking, you got butterfly clicking, and you got jitter clicking. Normal clicking is obviously when you click normally. Butterfly clicking is when you use 2 fingers, put them on your left click, and then alternate clicks, which creates like almost double your CPS. Like here, I got 6, 5, 6, 7. If I do this, I can get 12, 13. This mouse doesn't really double click though. And then jitter clicking is when you tense up your forearm, and then click as fast as possible on the mouse, like here. I wouldn't recommend jitter clicking to start off with, mainly because it comes along with medical issues like RSI and carpal tunnel. But if you do want to learn it later on, I'm not going to stop you. There are many PvPers who use all types of methods, so don't feel like the type of clicks you use, how you click is the thing that's holding you back. Unless you're clicking like 4 or 5 CPS normal and like 15 or 14 CPS butterfly, I'd recommend just going for butterfly. Before I continue with the video, you might not know what a combo is, so I'm just going to describe. A combo is when you get consistent hits on someone without being hit. So for example, I'll throw up a clip of me comboing my friend here, and it's basically when you just they just aren't able to hit you whilst you can consistently hit them, which is literally, if you can do that, that's great. Combos usually happen when the enemy stops clicking, stops moving, slows down. This is because they aren't at the same speed as you, and that's why when you use speed pots, they usually when people say, "Oh, I've got speed, I won't be able to lose," that's mainly because they can run into the enemy and run much faster, making them slower. And once they're slower, it's much harder for you to combo someone than it is if you had speed. Now, if you're trying to get a combo, the only thing that you could associate with clicking is that you do not stop clicking. Because if you even stop for half a second, if I was just like, say, butterfly clicking, and then I stop, and then I start butterfly clicking again, it's just gonna ruin everything. I'll show you a clip of this now. Working with my friend, I start comboing, I let go, and then I start clicking again, and they can easily like hit me, which you don't want that to be happening to you. That's the basics of clicking done, but obviously you can always get better, and looking up more videos on how to get better CPS is always recommended. Now with movement. Minecraft movement is pretty complicated. You can use your WASD keys, like all of them. You can use just shift, you can use space, and basically it comes down to how good your hand-eye coordination is. If you're good with like aiming with your mouse and you aren't great with movement, I would recommend trying to improve your movement. So here you can see in my top left my keystrokes mode. You got me clicking, you got me right clicking, you got me jumping, you got me WASD. When you start a combo, you can't just hold W. If you hold W, you'll walk straight past your opponent, and then they can just like hit you back. The whole point of a combo is that you hit someone and they can't hit you. So this could be done by holding W, and then when you hit someone, you can just let go of W, and then sprint resets. Strafe too. So like this. It's hard to do in third person, but you know what I mean. So I'll show you clips of me W tapping, S tapping, and strafing. Normally, if you can strafe, you might want to also try W tapping, because it gives you a much easier time to think. The whole point of this is that in combos, if you hold W, you don't deal as much knockback holding W as you do stopping and then hitting. This could be done by not just WASD, but this can also be done by block hitting and shifting, but I wouldn't recommend shifting. because normally if you start shifting, people can easily hit you back. So another type of clicking is block hitting. It's when basically you got your sword and spam left click and right click. This I recommend highly because it's like takes away all the movement factor, and you deal much more damage than take less damage. The way to prove this is if you go into your seeking with your friend, you can just put around like 8-10 blocks to the side, and then just hold W, spam, and then click straight through them, and you'll see that you will eventually just get past them. If you tap W or S tap or a strafe and a W tap or whatever, or block A, you'll see that you deal much more knockback than you were just holding W. Now you got the basics of movement and clicking down. What else should you be working on? Aim. Now aim isn't people won't say aim is that important, but it is pretty complicated because it requires you to know a bit of basic maths, which if you know Pythagoras theorem, this should be easy. Pythagoras theorem isn't that complex, but if you don't know anything about it, it can be pretty weird. Basically, if you have a right angle triangle, right, you have the bottom side, you have the side going up, and then you have the long side that connects both of them. Now, that long side is always longer than the short side and the big side. Imagine your reach is just one straight line. Now imagine this is your enemy. If I can reach there, which is 2.4 blocks, if I just aim there, yeah, that's 2.545, 2.95. Basically, this is 3 block reach. Alright, now if I do the same thing, so I go 1, 2, 3, stand here on the edge. Now if I aim down there, I can't hit him, but if I slowly move my arm, aim up, I can hit him again. So once again, oops, there, and then all of a sudden I can hit him. That's why if you try to aim for the ground, your reach is long. I'll prove this by the Pythagoras theorem. So again, I can't hit you, I can't hit him, and then I can hit him in the head. Aiming up that's why aiming up is generally recommended, but if they're pretty close to you, it doesn't really matter if you aim up or down. The last thing I want to talk about is block utilization, and that's basically when you can use your blocks to your advantage. This can be done by just like, bridging. You can climb up, you could either speed bridge, but I won't go into now. But the one thing I want about in PvP is when you can like block the enemy by placing a block in front of them whilst they're running at you and stopping them. So you just keep on then you can proceed to hit them. I'll show there's proof of it here happening here. So basically when you do that, they stop and then you can combo them after, even if they're comboing you. This usually doesn't happen if you're on high ping, but the one odd time it does happen is honestly insane, because you stop them, they're stuck, and then you have to run. They can't run, and yeah. Alright. The block utilization, if you just put the blocks down real quick and then they get stuck, you can just easily combo them. And yeah, this it's gonna take a lot of time, and on high ping it's pretty hard to do, but when you get a hang of it, it's really nice. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. This did take a bit of time to get my research done, so a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.